Hi and welcome to Ali Lives Well on Less. I'm Ali. I'm an early retired teacher currently living well on my small teacher's pension. And today is Foodie Friday, so welcome new viewers and welcome back my regular viewers. As you know, on Fridays we talk about all aspects of food and how much we spend on it. And today the video is set out slightly differently from my usual format. I have been on a mission to clean out my freezer, use up stuff that has been lurking in there for a while. I had quite a lot of portions of, like one portion of cauliflower left and one portion of Brussels sprouts. So I have emptied out bags of things. I've pulled out things that have been in there for a wee while, and I have been using them up. Now, these are the kinds of things I do on a regular basis. It just so happens that this week I have done quite a few of these. And at the moment, I have my youngest son who is currently sort of staying overnight with me a couple of nights a week because he has actually moved house to Inverness with his wife. Unfortunately, he has not moved job yet. So he's still working at his current job here in Stirling. So he's staying with me a few nights a week, and I have some things in my fridge and in my freezer that I wouldn't normally have. So for example, I had some milk that needed, some fresh milk that needed using up. So you'll see me using that up in the video. You're also going to see my start of the month shopping trips. I did one to Tesco and one to Lidl, and I'm just topping up on some things that I was either out of or was running low on. I've still got some things I want to use up in the freezer, so it's not like a full monthly shop like I normally do at the start of the month, but we'll see how we go on with the rest of this month. But my aim is to keep my supermarket spending low, and I really want to make sure that I use every single scrap of food that I buy or I grow or I am given. So I am on a mission to not waste food. So the first part of the video is some of the things I do on a regular basis to use up things. And then the second part of the video is my 2 shopping hauls for this week. So first part of the video is using up stuff. So getting creative by using up stuff that's in the fridge and the freezer. So I had the end of a bag of frozen broccoli and cauliflower. I had some sad looking Brussels sprouts. I think these ones were from the Easter veg promotions. I've simply blitzed up the end bits of my sourdough bread that have been lurking in the freezer. I've mixed them with a little finely grated cheese, garlic powder and herbs. And I'm simply going to add some cheese sauce that has been made from milk that needed to be used up ASAP. And I've also got some Yorkshire pudding batter ready to go in the oven. So in 1, 2, 3, here we have our bubbling breadcrumb cheesy topped gratin. We have 2 tubs of cheese sauce cooling. They will go in the freezer. And some Yorkshire puddings straight out the oven. And it's the Mary Berry recipe, which I will leave below. I am still using up the tomatoes that I bought last week. So these ones have just been simply roasted in the oven when it was on making the Yorkshire puddings. And these are the last of those little sugar drop tomatoes, and they'll get scoffed within the next day or 2. So I'm attempting a sort of homemade pesto with the basil plant that was in my Lidl box a few weeks ago. I've got about 1/3 of a cup of cashews, and all the recipes I have found just say equal amounts of olive oil. Well, I don't have olive oil, but I do have cold pressed rapeseed oil, which is not processed. I don't have any parmesan or anything like that. I'm just going to use my mature cheddar. And I'm just going to do it all in my NutriBullet. Oh my goodness, I have to say that this is absolutely delicious and it just smells so basil-y and fresh. And the basil just got a haircut, so hopefully it will regrow. And all I'm doing is I'm having it with some spaghetti and the roast tomatoes that I've just squished up a little bit and added some balsamic vinegar. Absolutely delicious. More using up what's in the fridge and needs to be used so it does not go to waste. I have lots of carrots here. They're okay, but they're a bit bendy. I don't know if you can see. Bendy carrots. They are absolutely perfect for cooking and in soup. I have lots of grated carrot, etc. in the freezer. So yeah, I'm just going to use these up. I'm going to make some carrot and lentil soup. I've got the last of some frozen mixed peppers, and I've got red onion and white onion in here. And I've got some grated turnip. I'll probably use about half of that bag. So it's all just going to go into this soup pot with boiling water, and I'll add a few teaspoons of my vegetable stock powder. And this soup will be blended so it will be a smooth soup. And I might add a little bit of spice to it as well. I'll see how it looks while it's cooking. So soup is done. It's quite a mixture of textures and sizes, which is why I am going to blitz it with my trusty stick blender. Okay, although there's steam coming off this, it's not boiling hot, and I am being careful. I am tipping it away from me, and you don't start your stick blender unless it's under the liquid. So yeah, before you come at me for safety stuff, because someone always mentions my hot pot use. Right, I found some frozen coriander. Carrot and coriander go really well together. So it's half frozen, half thawed because I've had it sitting out. It is already chopped. It was one of those chopped up ready to use in a bag. But I think I got, oh no, it was my daughter-in-law got it in a veg box, and she doesn't like coriander, so yeah, should have thought of that before I did that. Right, so I'm just going to blitz it a little bit so that I get little green flecks through the soup. There we go, and then that way you just get little flecks of coriander. If you blend it with the chunky carrots, it does kind of turn into a brown mush, but yeah, that seems to work for me. All right, so okay, so I'm just going to let that cool, and then I will put it in my soup mugs, and it will go in the freezer for lunches. So we're now into the second part of the video where I'm showing you my Tesco shop, first of all, which I paid for with cash, and my second one was Lidl, and I would have paid cash for that one, except I didn't have enough cash on me because I bought something that was quite expensive that I'm going to use in the future to make some things. So all will be explained in the video. Okay, Tesco first, £27.88. There are some items on here that I wouldn't normally buy, but I'll show you them when I do it. So I got these. Now I know these are nice. I've had them before. They're frozen Mediterranean style roasting veg, 700 grams, but they are now £3.85. So I will see if they are worth it. I did get aubergines and peppers, some fresh ones, so we'll see how they compare. So I've got frozen leaf spinach, 160. I got some reduced veggie sausages. They were down to 170. I got, now I hadn't seen these before in Tesco, 600 grams red and yellow peppers, £1.60. I'm going to try and do some comparison with the roast veggies. 2 aubergines, they were 90p each. A bag of onions, a kilo, 99. They're consistently around the 90 to £1 price. I got some reduced organic unwaxed lemons. They were down to £1.06, and I'm going to use them to process some of the fruit that my mum brought me. I got a tub of double cream. I am almost out of butter and I can't get any reduced cream, but it's still better value for me to make my own butter and get the buttermilk. It's now £2.65. That's going up 5p for 600 mils. So that's just over a pint of double cream in old money. And I got some milk for my son. I would normally be buying milk, £1.20 for a litre. No, it's still in pints. 2 pints, 1.136 litres. So milk's not something I would normally buy, but as I said, my son will use that. Okay, we're on to the white bread for my son's sandwiches. 75p, white bread. Tesco high juice, 190. I actually got 2 of these, so I got an apple and elderflower and an apple and mango. These will go into my store cupboard. I got my noodles. These are my coca noodles. These are the least worst processed instant noodles, if that makes sense. I like to keep a stack of these in the cupboard. Good in an emergency, because all you need to do is add boiling water and the flavouring, and then you can add in some chopped veggies or some cooked chicken or something. Sometimes I just have them on their own. They're actually quite nice. 45p each at the moment in Tesco. They do go on offer every now and again. Okay, jumbo, what's that? Yes, jumbo kitchen roll, 119. I don't buy kitchen roll very often. I try not to use it, but it's handy to have for the really yucky stuff. Tesco's own Head and Shoulders version, £1.10. I'm finding it's working just as well in Head and Shoulders, but unfortunately my Tesco doesn't stock anything larger than a 300ml bottle. That's fine. I also did a top up of liquid soap, which was actually, I don't know, 69p. Okay, so that came with the dispenser. I make these last for quite a while, and I buy refills, but Tesco don't do refills, or my Tesco doesn't do the refills. And some bleach, £1. Apparently it's pink. Colour your loo. So there we go. That is my Tesco shop. I paid cash, £27.88, and my savings and promotions, apparently I saved £2.79. Oh, because my aubergines, I got 30p off the aubergines. I did not know that. There we go. And then my yellow stickers. Oh, and I wasn't hiding them, I promise. 160, no, what was that, 170, oh heck, where is it? Can't find it. Oh well, must be free then. Got these as my my treat for just now. 175 with my Tesco card. So 4 teeny tiny little bars, just the right size to have with my cup of tea. And my Lidl shop. So a few things for the store cupboard and something where I'm planning ahead. So spaghetti hoops, they were 20 pence. So I have no idea if they're good, bad or indifferent. Usually the cheaper brands have got a lot of sauce, but that's okay, you could always pour it off. But spaghetti hoops and toast with some grated cheese is fantastic, so we will give that a go. Diet Coke, definitely a treat today, $1.99. Washing up liquid, $1.09. I got 30 pence off the cashews, so they were £1.49. They're good to keep in the store cupboard. And also I made the pesto with them, so that was good. Instead of olive oil, I use Scottish cold pressed rapeseed oil, which has all the good omegas in it, and it's not been shipped from Italy, so I quite like that. It's not to everyone's taste, but I quite like it. I got some knockoff Ritz crackers, 99 pence. Luna's yogurt, 1.75. My usual big block of mature cheddar, 4.99. And I couldn't get my fish fingers that I've spoken about before, so instead I got some halloumi fries. They were 2.99, so a similar price as the fish fingers. But the big ticket item was some vodka. Now it's just, well, I'm saying it's one of the cheaper brands, but it's not like Smirnoff or something. So it was £17.07 for it's a 70 cl. So it's not a litre. I am going to be starting some homemade Christmas gifts. I'm going to say the C word quietly, using the vodka, and some things that are coming to fruition in the summer, and you need vodka for doing that. You can do it with gin, but I find vodka is better. And I might treat myself to a wee cheeky vodka and Coke tonight, because it's been one of those days where I've been in, out, doing the hokey cokey. So yeah, keep an eye out for a future video, maybe in about a month or so, and I'll show you what I am going to do with the vodka. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. It is really appreciated. As always, if you've got any comments or if you've got any great ideas on how to use things up, or if you would have used anything I had differently, please feel free to share in the comments. I genuinely do think there is such a wealth of information in the comments. It's always worth having a read through to see if there's anything that you haven't thought of before. So that's the end of the video for this week. I will be back on Monday with a Money Monday, and I'm going to be talking a little bit more on my emergency fund planning, and I'm going to show you my new door, which I am ridiculously overexcited by, but yeah, it's lovely and I'm really pleased with it. So have a fabulous Friday, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you again for Money Monday and the big door reveal. I will see you then. Bye.